We impeached the president today without any evidence. It's just sheer hatred. If this becomes the norm, be careful. How do you survive as a president in the future? This will be an attack on the presidency in perpetuity.
We are back now with this Fox News alert. Senate Judiciary Committee Chair Lindsey Graham sounding off on the impeachment, warning it could backfire down the line.
Our next guest voted against impeachment. Republican Texas Congressman Brian Babin joins us now. Congressman, why do you see a slippery slope here?
Well, I think it's just like Senator Graham just said. It's going to lead to problems in the future, and it could come back and bite these Democrats, too. And, you know, I just felt like this thing was so rushed. And you look back at the history of this thing, Todd and Jillian, and you see that less than 20 minutes after President Trump was inaugurated back in January 17, less than 20 minutes after he was the president of the United States, the Washington Post ran a headline, the campaign to impeach President Trump has begun. And they never stopped, and they're continuing on, even with the guys got 7 days left. And yesterday we had to vote on an impeachment that had no witnesses, no due process. All they had were press reports, and it was inexcusable.
So there were 10 GOP lawmakers that backed impeachment. We can go ahead and pull that up on the screen for you now. When this thing goes to the Senate, there would be 17 Republicans that would be needed. Do you think that they can get that number? Is that possible?
Oh, I think they can, and I hope they can, because doing this at this point in time is ridiculous. And, you know, if they're going to impeach a president over incitement, quote unquote, then just about every Democrat in the House of Representatives and in the U.S. Senate could be impeached and removed from office as well.
Just to be,
every one of them.
Sorry, if I can interrupt real quick, because I think we might have had a misunderstanding there. There would be 17 Republicans that would be needed to break ranks and to vote for impeachment in the Senate in order for him to be impeached. So you are saying you think that they would have that number, or that they wouldn't have that number?
No, I don't think they're going to have that number.
Okay, gotcha.
Jillian. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I just wanted to clarify.
Congressman, in your earlier answer, you mentioned this rush. Now, regardless of where you fall on the substance of impeachment, the timing of this is certainly curious, because Democrats took months to agree on a stimulus package when the American public needed it so much. Yet they did this lickety-split. For the American people, what are they to think of this newfound hustle in Congress?
You know, I can just tell you that the American people see right through this. And quite frankly, 74+ million Americans voted for President Trump and for us Republicans. And I think they see the hypocrisy. It's just overwhelming. When we see, like you just said, it took that many months for Pelosi and her crew to come together with us on a COVID package. And yet within a matter of days, we've got an impeachment. Which is, you know, not exactly the most common procedure that we see up here in Washington, D.C. But, hey, this is the nature of the beast at this point in time and inside the Beltway. And I think that a lot of Americans are absolutely put out with the way things are run up here in this city. And I felt very much the need to express my, dissatisfaction with this impeachment process. Even those of us who objected on January the 6th, right, which is our constitutional right, have been pilloried. We've been told that we need to be arrested for treason. And when we look back, we'll see strangely in May of 2017, Ms. Pelosi herself said that the 16 election was hijacked, quote unquote. So the hypocrisy is overwhelming here.
Before we let you run, we want to get your opinion on this. Let's talk about big tech for a second, because Jack Dorsey sends out a tweet, and this reads, quote, "I do not celebrate or feel pride in having to ban the president from Twitter, and sets a precedent I feel is dangerous. The power an individual or corporation has over a part of the global public conversation." What do you make of his statement?
I think it's an admission of guilt. I think he knows what he's doing. You know, when you can take down the President of the United States platform to speak on Twitter, they can take down anybody's. And there again, hypocrisy. We've got Louis Farrakhan, the Ayatollah, Chinese propagandists that still have Twitter accounts, and yet the leader of the free world cannot send out a tweet. It's outrageous. It shows again that there's a uniting of big tech, big media, and the Democratic Party that are against those who half this country. And I think it's a very, very dangerous precedent. We've seen the leaders of the Western nations, some of them not really friends of President Trump, who have said, like Angela Merkel in Germany, who have said this is really a dangerous precedent to set, to take down the Twitter account and other platforms of the President of the United States. Can happen anywhere. Very, very dangerous for those of us who believe in freedom and our constitutional rights. We've seen them trampled in the last few days, in fact, the last year. We've seen the hypocrisy of the left have fomented, really
Congressman, if there's an issue that's going to unite the Republican Party, it's this. We got to let it go here, but thank you for your insight, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the course of the next year on this. Thank you, sir.
Thank you both. Good morning.